Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragoon X Omega II. With the side quest taken care of, it's time for Sargon to get back to his main quest. He's supposed to get to the desert to explore Tyris' base, but he can't get there because there is the tunnel leading to the desert biome. It's blocked off. So you gotta find some explosives to destroy the cave-in. He's heard that there's some explosives in the aqueduct to the north of Sansia, so he's going to be heading up there to explore and see if he can find some explosives to take care of that cave-in. So this aqueduct is going to be a reoccurring dungeon. I'm going to have to come back to it again, so more backtracking just like in the side quest. But we're going to, like I said, come back here later on to explore the lower parts. The lower parts are cut off right now by water. There's a button that will lower the water levels, but the button is behind some bars, so we're gonna have to find something to allow us to cut through those bars, and then we'll, like I said, come back here. So got quite a few new enemies here, and a lot of them have a bunch of magic spells. Point out some of those new spells as we see them, as they appear. So, speaking of spells, we have that outwarp spell, so we're able to warp out of here when we finally do what we need to do. It's a short dungeon, like I said, because we're only exploring a little bit of it right now. So, Slither Sneak. Mixed in with ropes and Zelda. I guess lowering the water levels reminded me of Zelda, A Link to the Past, the second dungeon in the Dark World. We have to lower and raise water levels to move around the dungeon. This is a little less complicated than that dungeon. But here's the button. We can't get to it because heavy bars blocked the way. So we will get an item in the next dungeon, though, in Tyris' base, that will allow us to cut through those bars. So you can see over there to the left, there's water blocking off. So all that little blue stuff there is water. And it'll drain when we hit that button. There's a beta. That basically restores all your MP, or your PSI points. But here's what we really came for, the grenade. This grenade will, like I said, allow us to destroy that cave-in the tunnel to the desert. So we use our outwarp to warp out of here. There's another new enemy we want to encounter around here. It's in the north here. The Grendel enemy. Not too, nothing really special about it. At level 20, I'm not going to show myself defeating it, but basically around this level now we can actually, mainly because of the Aura Tap spell, we can actually take on one of those Pharaoh's enemies. Shield that Fission spell there. Fission does between 40 and 160 damage to a target. The other level 6 spell that we have, Shield, that spell increases your defense by 4 to 8 points. So that helps us also take care of those Pharaoh's enemies. But I'll take care of them like in another episode. We have a lot of ground to cover in this one. So, a lot of familiar ground. You know, we're gonna get tired of seeing us go through this Isenfort tunnel. Luckily, we don't got too many more times to go through it. Like I said, we'll have to come back to the aqueduct again, and then we're going to do some later level grinding in here. Back in that little tunnel there, that secret room outside of where Skiffles was. We still got 2 treasure chests to get in there, but it's money and an accessory. So let's make a quick save here. I'm running low on pills as well, so I'm gonna buy some extra pills here. Still got plenty of herbs, so mainly using them to heal between battles. Just like in Final Fantasy, the game this is based off of, you max out spell charges per level at 9. So we'll never have more than 9 first level spells, even if we max them out early. So let's go save at the clinic, and then we're going to head to the north, where we were told the cave to the desert is. We'll have to be doing some backtracking through that cave as well. A lot of backtracking, as you can see in this game. Even if you do the side quests as you're going along the game, you're still gonna have to do some backtracking to complete the side quest. But the backtracking for this is in the desert. We're gonna find a secret shop that allows us to get the level 8 PSI spells. But just like the level 7 PSI spells in Sansia, we can't use these until we get our class change. So this is if you come here without the grenade. I'm just showing off here. You talk to the rubble and it says, "There's a huge boulder blocking the way, deeply cracked but too heavy to move." So here we go with the grenade. You just press A and the grenade goes off, blows up that cracked boulder, and now we can head through here. What's nice about this is they consider this dungeon, this short little cave, the desert, and Tyris' base, basically all one dungeon. So when we use Outwarp at the end of Tyris' base, we'll actually be taken out to the entrance to this cave. So that does save a little bit of backtracking. I know I've been kind of mentioning that this game has a lot of backtracking, but that's one nice way that they prevent some backtracking. So this is the secret shop coming up here. Between the two palm trees to the north and to next to the cave, next to the cliff, is a secret cave. So this enemy has quite a few spells there. Quick increases its evasion between 5 to 10%. Dogma removes the Agnes spell buff that you have. Agnost basically cuts PSI damage that is done to you by half. We're going to get an armor that does that as an item coming up in Tyris' base. It's actually one of the better armors in the game. There'll be some armors that have better defense than it, but this armor is very light, and it doesn't really lower your evade percentage much. Maybe the Varm lizard type thing here. Yeah, most armor has double-digit evade penalties. Right now, the Zeit armor that we're using has 14 to your evade. This Myra armor that we're going to be getting has the same defensive power as the Zeit armor, but only has 1 point penalty to your evade. So, just top that with stuff like Shadow, and you can avoid quite a decent amount of attacks. So this is Tyris' base. 2 sections. We have an outside section here. This is where we're going to get most of the treasure. And then we have the inside of the base where we have a surprising boss. And we'll end up getting a plasma cutter, the item that we need to cut through those bars back in the aqueduct. So there's a virus spell that Hermaphat used. That does between 20 and 80 damage. So, pretty dangerous spell. Luckily it doesn't poison you. You figure something like a virus would cause poison. Like in future Final Fantasies, they have the bio spell that can inflict the poison status on your character or the enemy. So here's that here for it again. Rapid, that basically does what the spell that we're going to get, the Blitz spell, the level 7 spell, it basically allows the Hierophant to have an extra attack. So, but we took him out pretty easily. Let's grab this money. And there's going to be a helmet in the chest down here. There'll be a slight upgrade to our current helmet. The Regal helmet. It has 2 more defensive power than the Zeit helmet that we have right now. So there's only one other helmet that's better than it in the game. So we're going to be getting quite a lot of use out of this Regal helmet. We see the unfortunate effect of having only one party member. We don't have a lot of inventory space, so we're just going to end up dropping that Zeit helmet. Helmets will cost a little less to sell than the armor, so I'm going to pick up some new armor here coming up, and we have to have room to pick it up. And we could drop our old armor, but the old armor sells a little bit more than the helmet. The armor will sell for 6,000, while the helmet will only sell for 2,000. So, and while money ain't too much of an issue now, we still have to buy, like I said, the level 7 and level 8 PSI spells. But other than that, not much to buy. A few healing items here and there, but. So head to the north that's how we get inside the base, but before we head into the base, we want to get that Myra armor, which is here. It has the same defensive power of 38 as the Zeit armor, but rather than having 14 point penalty to your evade, it has only 1. So we'll see our defense is 61, 48% evade. Put the Myra, now we have 61 defense and 61% evade. So it's really nice. Use our herbs to heal ourselves up. And the same enemies that are outside the base are going to be on the inside as well. So we don't have any new enemy encounters to run into here. Even though the base kind of looks big on the outside here, when we actually head in, it's pretty much a straight shot. So we just have this one really, really big room, and then at the back of this room there is a straight shot to the end. So here we go. There's no treasure in here other than the treasure behind the boss. Who is that boss? It's Tyris again. Thought we defeated him in the Marsh Temple. Well, we did defeat him, but somehow he's resurrected. So, and we just get into an attack right before him. So even though I healed up, I have to use another herb. But like I said, we have 61, plenty to go around. So we meet again. He is awakening more and more each passing day. Behold, the power of the old one shall be your death. So some old one, some old evil is helping resurrect Tyris. He has a few spells there. Mirror helps increase his evade. There's a few other spells that I missed. Some of the other enemies used. Mire, that lowers your evade from 15 to 30%. And another enemy earlier used the Atlas spell, which increases strength from 2 to 4 points. So, Tyris, as you can see, uses the Phantos, Sonic, and Sucor are all damaging spells. So we could use the Agnos spell. You can also use the Mirror Armor as an item to cast Agnos. So we want to put that buff on. But the first buff we should put on is the Shield spell. Like I said, that increases our defense by 4 to 8 points. Then we could put on the Shadow spell to increase our evasion. Then throw on the Agnost. And once we do all that, we are pretty good. It's just going to take time to take Tyris down. But I'll use that Mirror spell right there. So, but overall, he's not too difficult. Once we put all those buffs on ourselves, it's going to take a little bit of time to finish him off. And we have the Aura Tap spell to heal ourselves up. That actually will heal better than a Pale Wood. But we still want to, like I said, buy pills, have a bunch of pills in reserve, because you only have limited amount of casts of the ore tap, especially now that we're not necessarily at max level. So I think we only have 4 castings of that ore tap. So we still want the pills to heal up when we run out of spell charges of that. Vision spell, that does between 40 and 160 damage. I showed it off against one of the enemies earlier. But attack spells aren't really all that great in this game. I find it just better usually just use your regular attack. Against some bosses though, they are okay. We're going to have, we're going back to the aqueduct here. The boss there is going to be weak against Bolt. So, even though it's a first level spell, we'll still get some good mileage out of it. So, we'll be heading back to the aqueduct in our next episode. We'll just make a quick save here with an SRAM, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself, have a good one, thanks for following along. Take care, bye.